Good morning, Hillman Cancer Center. Happy Wednesday to you. Happy March. It's March 1st. We have a special guest with us today. This is Eric Capizzoli. He is a registered dietitian, also with me here at Hillman Cancer Center. He's stepping in as my sous chef today. Danielle is going to be out. She had her baby. Her baby boy was born on February 25th. So we have a plan in place. There's going to be still cooking demos every Wednesday, but they are going to be recordings, not live shows. So I'll keep you posted with all of that. But today we're going to be bringing you a flourless black bean brownie. You can see there's a lot going on here. Eric recently made some brownies, yes. But what recipe, or did you make it up or did you look it up?
No, I didn't make it up. So it was a vegan, like 3-ingredient brownie. It was bananas, peanut butter, and just cocoa powder. But I actually used melted chocolate because I didn't have any cocoa powder. You had them. What do you think?
I tried them. I thought they were pretty good. You did mention, though, that you would prefer the bananas to be a little bit more ripe. So when bananas are more ripe, they're sweeter.
Yeah.
So, you know, sometimes I add my, I guess, overripe bananas to the freezer for banana bread or any sort of dessert that I can use later, smoothies.
Yeah,
those would be ones to use, right?
Yeah, for sure. Now,
could you use them if they were frozen for that recipe, or?
You'd have to let them thaw, but you could freeze them. But I had two that were like black, so ready, obviously overripe, and then one, you can bake them to ripen them faster. And I did that with like a fresh banana, and I think that gave it like a little bit of like an earthy flavor that I didn't like. So you can do that, but I think I just did that part wrong. But I would definitely use the overripe bananas. The peanut butter was good in it too, so
yeah,
I would definitely try it again. This has a lot more ingredients.
Obviously. Not 3, definitely more than that. But good thing is these are gluten-free. Yes. So for our celiac folks, this is a great alternative. No flour.
Yeah.
Black beans is the base. But we are using cocoa powder. We're using almond milk. We have some oil. We're actually using some two different ingredients here that I wouldn't have thought of, was the balsamic vinegar and a little bit of coffee.
Yeah.
So we're going to get started with this. We do use a Vitamix for this recipe. It does say to use a blender for this particular recipe. So I came in a little early to make this, and it was quite the experience. So we'll see how it is on the air. This recipe here is from Skinny Taste. Have you ever made any of her recipes?
Potentially.
I follow her on Instagram, so her videos are very nice. And when Danielle actually sent me this recipe on Instagram, and of course on Instagram or any sort of like social media, it all looked perfect. I was like, oh, this would be great. Yeah, and then I make it this morning, and I'm like, holy.
It's like a fail.
You couldn't have recorded this. Yeah. All right, so really all you do is add all of these ingredients to the blender. Now, Eric and I were talking earlier about this particular blender. And, you know, blade is low, requires a lot of liquid, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're the best, I guess you would say, like the best blenders. You know, this is a commercial blender too, but they are difficult. If you have a food processor, it might be easier to do this.
Like a big, large one?
Yeah, bigger
larger
one. Or like a thinner spatula to kind of get the batter out from around these blades.
Yeah, that's the hard part.
They're very powerful and they mix very well, but they can be a pain sometimes for recipes like this.
Yeah.
But you can use anything really that blends.
Do you think a hand mixer would work, or would that not blend those beans?
Yeah, I mean, you might be able to use like a potato masher for the beans and then mix them in. So I would mash them up. But
I was also thinking, if you did use the food processor just for the beans, then threw those into a bowl and just hand mixed.
Yeah, you could try that.
You could do that, right? Like, I feel like if you don't have a blender, or if you only have a food processor and you can't fit all the ingredients, or you're just having trouble, you know, utilizing that, I think that could work.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, different, you know, we like to do recipes, try them out, see what happens, and sometimes they fail.
Yeah, that's for sure. We're good at that. All right, so one thing about these recipe, or this particular recipe, it's not vegan though.
No.
The ones you made were.
Yes.
We're using eggs, so it's going to not be vegan. But really all we're gonna do is add all of these to the blender. So 2 large eggs, 1 14-ounce can of black beans. You good with that? You wanna add
You
this?
want me to go? You want me to do it now?
Yeah. Okay. And I already measured all the ingredients out, so we'll talk it through once we're adding everything. Okay, 2 eggs.
No shells.
No shells. The black beans, but are you gonna add the liquid first?
Yeah, we're gonna
Okay.
try to add all the liquid first to see if.
So that's a tablespoon of almond
Almond
milk, unsweetened.
This is
Vegetable oil.
oil.
So just a half a teaspoon, very small amount. Our balsamic vinegar, which is also just 1 teaspoon. Okay. And then what are you going for next? Black beans. Okay. 1 can, rinsed or drained and rinsed.
And these are low sodium?
I don't know. It does recommend low sodium, but I don't know what ours were. I'd have to go dig in the trash.
Well, if you rinse them, you can pull off half,
Yes.
half the sodium, right?
Yep. Cocoa powder? What do you think?
Cocoa powder?
That's a half a cup. And we use the unsweetened cocoa powder from Trader Joe's. The coffee,
Coffee.
which is, why can't I read? Half a teaspoon. Baking soda, baking powder, both half a teaspoon. And then, so the sugar, let's talk about the sugar a little bit.
Okay.
So the recipe calls for 3/4 cup of sugar. We're using a half a cup, so we're cutting back on that sugar content a little bit
Right.
to make it a little bit lower in sugar, but also because I didn't have enough. So it's fine.
Right.
Let's talk about sugar a little bit. So alternatives or how it's going to be metabolized. Do you have any input?
Yeah, I think so. With any like sugar that you put in here, so if it's like a cane sugar, organic cane sugar, white sugar, brown sugar, they're all going to have pretty similar amount of carbohydrates. Even like honey or maple syrup.
Yep.
Now the honey, maple syrup, they're going to bring you some more minerals, some more nutrition
Yep.
than maybe like a white refined sugar would. But metabolized in your body pretty much the same way. You can use you could do like an artificial. Now they're not going to be 1-for-1 because artificial sweeteners are a lot sweeter than regular sugar. So you would have to kind of figure that out. I'd probably cut it maybe in half with that. But I think using like less of the real stuff, if you will, is what I would usually
agree.
recommend.
I also, just going back to your particular recipe that you mentioned earlier, I think adding a ripe banana could be a good addition to that sweet,
Yeah.
giving that sweet and also some texture.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, something like that. Or, like with the maple syrup, with the honey. But again, with the carbohydrates, the beans are going to bring some more protein than like a regular brownie would for sure.
Yeah.
The carbohydrate content in these might be pretty similar to.
Let's talk about that. So this makes 16 servings. So 16 little brownies in a 9x9 baking dish. One is 144 calories, 25 grams of protein, 25 grams of carbohydrates, 4 grams of protein, 3.5 grams of fiber.
Yeah, so definitely more fiber than a regular brownie would. Protein-wise, it's not going to give you a ton, but
Yeah.
it's probably going to be more. With regular flour, you would get some protein as well, but
Yeah. And about like 1.5 carb choices. So you just have to consider that, if you are counting your carbohydrates, if you're worried about your blood sugars. So just things to keep in mind. All right, so we're going to try this out. I'm
this
giving
is like a guinea pig. Here.
Eric this task. Are you not keeping that on there? Is it going to fly in the air?
Can I
Okay.
use this? All right, where am I at here?
I don't know. Is it on?
Is it
No.
plugged in?
Okay.
You got
Turn it on first.
Yeah, turn it on, please.
Okay, all right. This is much better than what I did this morning.
So you can hear the blade spinning. So
But
that
not
means,
reaching anything?
Yeah, it means it's just spinning through.
Looks better.
Smells good.
Does smell good. Yep. He's like, really? You're going to make me do this for my first debut?
This is my initiation. I'm giving.
Hey, Danielle. We got Danielle on the chat.
Hey, pal.
Oh, Beth also commented, I usually cut my sugar in half for almost all recipes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
And
yeah.
I'm sure it still tastes just as good, you know?
Yeah.
People wouldn't notice that the sweet, you know, is out of the recipe by half. I wouldn't say. How we looking?
It don't look too
I
bad.
love having to do this to Eric.
It don't look too bad.
So what I did too was, well, Eric did, lined our 9x9 baking dish with some parchment paper. It's just going to be easier, cleaner, to then pull them out, cut them, and just bake them all around.
There we go. It's
Picking
pulling.
up.
Yeah, it's pulling all into the blade. I think it's good.
Okay. Good. Now, did you want to fold in some of the chocolate chips or wait till they're in the pan?
So we're not going to dirty another bowl.
No. I already have enough dishes to clean.
So yeah, we can. I'll just pour half in or part of it in, and then we can dump some in.
Okay.
Yeah, take that. Let me just make sure this is.
Another ingredient to add can be applesauce for sweetness. We didn't mention that. That's a great
Yeah.
point. Yes. I do see a lot of the brownie recipes using applesauce. What other? I feel like
Do we have to put spray in here or anything? It won't stick.
no, it's fine. I just
That's
make
what-
stuff up.
is
It's
that why
fine.
you fail? You're.
He also asked if I had a different spatula. I was like, no, this is all we have. So, like,
this
figure it out.
Giant spatula. All right, grab some of those.
This looks good.
those
Way
chips.
better than what I did. Just pour it on top.
Okay, try to get this in the corners here. You want squares when you eat brownies, right?
True.
Whoa. All right, go ahead.
See, if you had a smaller spatula,
Yeah,
it
my
would
life
work a lot
be
better.
easier. Or bigger pan here. All right, go ahead. Put some
Okay,
of it-
looks
some
good.
in there.
It does call for a cup. Whoa.
All right. You're gonna get
Enough is enough. This is another problem with brownies in a blender.
Yeah.
What do you need me to do?
Go buy me a small spatula.
Yeah, the problem with this, the Vitamix for me, is the blade doesn't come out at all.
No.
So you kind of have to work your way around it, which is very difficult. But you said they make like certain spatulas that fit right in between those blades, which I guess we need to invest in. Danielle, or if you're on there, we need to put an order in.
Get on Amazon here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they make one that specifically. I mean, the blade. I think they don't come out because they're known for like the power and they last forever kind of thing. The blade comes out then.
Also, it makes it hard to clean.
Yeah. Well, you can just blend it with soap. That's what I do.
So you put water, soap, and then put it back on the Vitamix, press spin, and just let it all clean out. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Do you have maybe like a butter knife or something I can get in
Yeah.
between here?
So while Eric's doing that, I'll just talk you through the baking process. So you're going to want a preheated oven, 350 degrees, your 9x9, and then you're going to want to bake it for about 30 minutes or so until you put a toothpick in and it's completely clean. You do want to add the remaining chocolate chips on top once you get all that batter out, if we can get all that batter out.
Next week.
Next week. See, we do it here for you the wrong way, so you can do it at home the right way.
Consistency is good though.
It is good.
It's just, yeah, you don't want to waste.
And we get to try the batter that I made earlier, which I only had 1 egg, I had way less sugar, and the batter did not look like this. So we'll probably eat like a bite of baking powder or something, you know?
I can't wait.
All right, that looks good.
All right. I think we're good.
That looks real good. Wonder if I can get in here. Oh no.
I knew that was going to happen.
This kitchen is made for Danielle and I only. I'm sorry, Eric.
I know.
This
What else is initiation? Is someone going to jump out and bite me? Okay.
It'll be like on the Ellen show when they bring out somebody like in a box to scare the guest.
When I open the oven, something's going to jump out at me.
Like a clown. Eric does a lot of cooking demos for the community, and he's a perfectionist when it comes to his cooking and baking.
Yes.
As you can tell, like I would have already thrown this in the oven. Your
I'm not-
brownies wouldn't be square. It's fine.
I'm not a chef, but we got to make
No.
this. We got to make this look good.
Yeah, that looks.
Appetizing.
When you see mine, or I guess when you taste it, you're gonna be like, maybe
oh, no.
Eric's gonna replace me.
Oh no, you'll never be replaced. Then have to get a new kitchen.
This good point.
Is this all the
point.
chocolate chips that were, or are you just?
We have more. Do you want more?
No, I'm just.
Oh,
I don't know if they were all going to go on.
yeah. Looks good. If you can put that here when you're done, I want to show them the final, what it looks like before we hit the oven. Perfect.
Right
If
there?
you can pull it up a little bit. You see?
That way.
Yeah, and bend it a little. Yep, perfect. Look at that. That looks great. All right, very good. All right, we're gonna throw that in the oven, 30 minutes, 350.
Where are we going on top?
Yeah, that's fine. Wait till it stops. So your arm doesn't fly off. Like,
I was,
that'll be initiation.
yeah, in the hospital. You go across the street.
We have to take you to the ER on your first day. All right, good. Set the timer and let's try these. I'm nervous, excited.
I'm nervous.
All right, so this is the final product. I'll show you what mine look like. All right, not bad.
No.
We already cut them, so they're ugly, but that's okay. All right, let's try them. Here, do you want like a spoon or a?
You want
Because the
some to get them out, maybe? Or yeah, a spoon. I don't care. Give me
they
that.
break in.
Breaking into 1,000. How about we just try this? Try this.
That's
corn?
perfect. Looks pretty good. You want to cut it in half
Yeah.
on a plate?
Yeah. Give me something.
Okay. You know, I think I'm the sous chef today. Eric's
Kinda.
demanding me to do things on my own show.
Yeah. Plate.
Okay.
There you go. That's cute. Look, little one.
One
One
little
chip.
chocolate chip.
Right in the center.
And I didn't even put it in the batch, so that's like the only chocolate chip you're getting, you know? Okay. I want this little half.
What? Okay.
Well, you get the edge.
All right.
Personally, I like the edge
I got
of all
chocolate all
brownies.
over me. I got chocolate all over me. All right. Here, I'll just.
Oh, I just lost the entire half of the brownie.
Texture looks. It looks like a brownie.
Yeah, it's not bad. Cheers.
Cheers.
You're not good.
Look up, they're dry.
They're dry.
I need a banana.
Well, you know what? I only used 1 egg.
Oh. Okay.
They taste great.
Yeah, good flavor. They're not that sweet either.
Mm-mm. They're good. I think I'm such a brownie person. Like if I want any dessert, it would be a brownie. And to me, that would satisfy me, I think.
Yeah. No, I think it's good.
Not bad.
But you're missing an egg or whatever.
Yeah, I dropped half of my
bread, huh?
brownie on the, yeah. All right.
With chocolatey, I mean, hey,
Yeah, not bad.
that could
I do want to
hit
share
your
my,
sweet tooth.
yeah, I think so. I do want to share my email address with all of you. So if you have any questions, concerns, if you want to be a part of our email distribution list and you're not already, shoot me an email. It's at the bottom of the screen. I send an email every week with our YouTube link and the link to the recipe that we'll be making. Stay tuned for some really exciting things in the next couple months. And with Danielle not here, you know, we had to make some changes, but I think you're going to really like it and it'll be exciting. So send me an email and subscribe to our channel, like our channel. Eric, I want to thank you so much for joining us. He will likely be with us next week. I'm putting him on the spot. Will you be with us next week?
Sure. Why not?
Okay.
More initiation.
Right. And next week we're making a super simple, it's like a burrito bowl, almost like Chipotle. So super simple, can get your own ingredients and, you know, kind of make it as you wish. So that's what we're making next week. Join us then. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.